and Morgan Porter on the front row of the grid from Dean McDonald and Danny Curl, then Juho Valtonen and Callum Bradshaw, Frank Shepard and Louis Westover from Nicholas Bertolatti and Lorenzo Travazanuto, Taylor Barnard and Lewis Gilbert, Filipos Kalisis and Clement Pierrat from Luca Vonken and Jorge Pescador, Matilda Olsen and Arnold Milizia from Oliver Goethe and Angus Moulsdale, Luan Fernandez and Isidoro Vizardo from Harry Barlow and Ignacio Montenegro, Julius Lassen and Dana Pongpak Zatumnu, Franco Crivelli, Renaud Gaspar-Mombray and Andreas Heber is 29th.
One warm-up lap as for all the other classes, and 21 laps to go through. This will be one of the cream, one of the best races we've been expecting since the start of the week. But so far, what an amazing spectacle we've been lucky to witness here on track. And once again, this is a good occasion to thank you all for being so numerous around the track. This is a lovely weather. We kind of fear to have a finals run into very difficult conditions, which is far from being the case. Once again, thank you as well for being so many of you online as well through the official live streaming of the event brought to you by RGMMC. And as you said, Jay, the comments have been flowing since the start of the day. Here we go for the pro final.
Thompson, Porter, McDonald, Curl, Valtonen, Bradshaw, Shepard, Westover, Bertolatti, Travazanuto, Barnard, Gilbert, Kalisis and Pierrat. Let's race at Le Mans. Down to the first corner, and it looks as though Porter's actually got a really good start as he draws alongside Thompson initially. McDonald and Curl go through the first hairpin, and it looks as though Porter's going to get squeezed out by McDonald and then by Curl, who gets boxed in behind Porter. Round the outside comes Valtonen. Valtonen squeezes in a third. Brilliant start from the Finn, and there's contact further back. That's the CRG going around. Big problems for Arnold Milizia, and he's gone in there with another driver. I think it was Isidoro Vizardo he came together with, so the two of them have gone down to the back of the field. What a start though from Juho Valtonen. The Flying Finn is now right in the hunt for this, as Thompson and McDonald have gone into the first couple of positions, with Valtonen third, Porter fourth, Curl fifth, and Shepard in a brilliant sixth.
Yeah, from 6th to 3rd, that's the cracking start indeed from Juho Valtonen. Is right there in the mix. He's willing to show everybody that you guys are going to have to count on me for that one. At the forefront, Thompson is not looking away yet. This is the first lap completed for 21st to go. And he comes down the clear on the 605 on your screen, going around the inside. And it takes behind him Franck Chapard, the Frenchman on the VDK. There's been some of the move as well. Bradshaw is going through, and I think a bit of position lost for the 612 or Morgan Porter, who let actually 3 of his rivals getting through and is going from 4th to 7th position. What happened there for Morgan Porter? It seems like he was under the pace or had a bit of a trouble in the first corner.
Porter's really slowing. He's having all sorts of problems. I think Porter's got a problem. Porter is slowing. 2 or 3 carts are going past him now. This is such a devastating loss for Morgan Porter. The whole field is pouring past. Morgan Porter is out of it by the look of it. He's got some kind of mechanical problem, and unfortunately all his hard work has just been undone in an instant. What a shame for Morgan Porter.
Change for the lead.
Yes, there is a lead change.
Almost, sorry.
Thompson nearly lost that to McDonald, but as a result, now here comes Valtonen. Valtonen's going to get alongside, and he sweeps by into 2nd position. So now Valtonen splits the Brits. He didn't quite manage to get the world final done when he lost out on the World Championships at IAME in Finland on home soil. Now he's going to put that right by coming here to the Pro and win it. Fantastic start. If he can get past Thompson, then that will get that job done. So, Valtonen making his bid as he gets in behind Thompson. McDonald still there in 3rd position. Chapard now up to a brilliant 4th place. Keep an eye on Frank Chapard. He wants to win on home soil, and he's got a great chance to now.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's an ideal position rather for Franck Chapard, who's observing what's going to be happening just before him with the 3 leading drivers. But now he has to wait, but still being able to get close enough to go for one move. And talking about some moves, Juho Valtonen is pulling the pressure on Harry Thompson. He was very close to go for the move right into corner number 12, waiting for the chicane. He's not happening quite yet. Look at the battle that we have. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but up to 6 drivers. And there he goes, Valtonen. Harry Thompson is clipping him on the left side. And there he goes, Juho Valtonen. What a move that was. And Thompson's going to have to pull back. He is losing all the positions on the right side. He's down to 6th place. I think it is Harry Thompson. Yes, indeed, 6th position for him.
Well, it's 5th place now. He's managed to get his way through, and Danny Curl's going to lose out. Curl initially had 3rd, but McDonald got through, and that opened the door for Thompson and Bradshaw to come through. So now Curl is down to 6th place, but the Flying Finn, Juho Valtonen, now leads the way, and this will be a wonderful way to end a very frustrating second year as far as he's concerned. Danny Curl gets stuck in and gets back on the inside of Callum Bradshaw, back in the 5th position. And now Shepard, he's defending a little bit here to try and hold on to 2nd place in behind Valtonen. You can't stop McDonald though. He's on the inside line, he grabs 2nd place. And now Danny Curl trying to sweep around the outside of Harry Thompson. This is going to be a very tough race to win as they continue to battle down the main straight. Thompson nearly in the barriers as he comes out of the final corner. Loses out to Bradshaw down to the 1st corner, and he's getting a little bit of a nudge as Bertolatti and Westover are now trying to get in there. There goes Travers Anuto up the inside. Bertolatti through, Travers Anuto through, or is he? Thompson's going to have another crack at him. He can't get there. Travers Anuto sweeps around the outside and gets up into 7th place. The 2-time world champion isn't done yet. If anything, his weekend has just got started.
And here comes Travi indeed. We had been expecting quite a while to see what he was capable of doing, and here comes the final. This is the right time for him to shine, or at least try to get into the front mix. But at the moment, Gio Valtanen is trying to pull away from Dean McDonald. This is a battle at play for 1st position, as Danny Kiel is doing a fantastic job. Danny Kiel, we haven't seen him in such a high position for quite a while. The British winner on home soil. But in terms of IAME International Final, this is a brilliant performance so far from Danny Kiel. Just got past Frank Chapard. Frank Chapard under the increasing pressure from Callum Bradshaw and the Bradshaw's teammate.
Oh, Bradshaw
for the move
on the inside of
place.
Chapard. Chapard got a little bit headhunted there by Bradshaw. It's up the inside. The lead changes. McDonald gets through on Valtonen. So Dean McDonald gets his way through into 1st position as the Doride Diamond sets the fastest lap. 53.901 for Lewis Gilbert as his fellow Scotsman is now charging his way through. A fascinating dynamic this, of course, because Dean McDonald looks after a lot of the young Scottish chargers, including, I think he's done a lot of helping out this weekend to Lewis Gilbert, of course, and to his fellow countryman Cian Shields, who we saw fight his way to 6th in the junior final earlier. But now Valtonen is going to try and hold on, but Danny Curl comes through. This could be an opportunity now for Danny Curl, 2017 world champion. Now he wants to add to his British X30 senior title with the Pro X30 international title. Down the straight, into the 1st corner. Dean McDonald is hanging on to the lead, but Bradshaw wants to get the move on Valtonen. Shepard's going to get the revenge on Bradshaw. Bradshaw on the curbs, and Shepard's going to sweep by. No, he's not. Bradshaw gets him back on the switch, and Shepard has to try and fend off from Bertolatti. Thompson's got back through on Travers Anuto, and Taylor Barnard racing under an Italian license, as you see. He set the fastest lap, but the young Brit is in there behind Travers Anuto.
And let's not forget that Danny Kiel, even last year already, had a fantastic battle for victory against Niklas Nilsson for what used to be called the super category. In that very same race, Danny Kiel was 2nd, came close to clinch the title in last year's IAME International Final. Niklas Nilsson, who was driving on Iris Schumacher at the time, was able to be crowned the champion at the end. But Kiel sees the opportunity. He doesn't want to have the same result. He wants to go for the win, and he has certainly the best chance he has ever had, with 7,000 of a second slow on Dean McDonald. A bit of a gap that is created, and there comes a move for the 3rd place. This is Callum Bradshaw going past Jo Valtanen. Here comes a charge for the Fusion Motorsport driver who's telling Jo Valtanen, all right, let's work together. Let's try to decrease the gap. Let's go for victory. There's 2 more to go.
I know it's early doors, but McDonald has got a decent lead over Danny Curl, which is almost 3/4 of a second. And Danny Curl's really going to have to try his best to close in now. The fastest 1st sector comes from the double world champion, Lorenzo Travers Anuto, as he closes in on Thompson, makes the bid and gets through. Nicely done there from Travers Anuto. He even manages to shut the door on the exit and allow Taylor Barnard to get past Thompson. So down the back straight they go. And Travers Anuto now moves up to 6th, Barnard up to 7th at the expense of Harry Thompson. He's down to 8th place as they get their way through the final sector. It's McDonald who leads. Curl, Valtonen, Bradshaw, Chapard, Travers Anuto, Barnard, Thompson, Bertolatti and Gilbert from Westover, Calices and Pescador.
I don't think I would say that, but this is a nightmare race, unfortunately, for Harry Thompson, who just tumbled down the order down to 8th position after leading for the first few laps. He has been so strong in the later stages, but now everything seems not to be falling into place for the British driver, who was carrying a lot of hopes entering into this race. But now 8th place, and Taylor Barnard on a good pace as well. On your picture, 6:15, just behind his former teammate Lorenzo Trovesanoto, as they went apart in different teams as well for now. But Taylor Barnard and Trovesanoto might be as well 2 names to keep an eye on They're going to try first to catch Franck Chapard in 5th position, the Frenchman as well, trying to get past Juho Valtanen in 4th position. So there's really battling happening all over the place. And we might see a move, and Telo Barnard is going for the move. Telo Barnard is getting past Travis Zanuto for 6th place.
He just pulled a fast one on the double world champion. That is a big feather in the cap for Taylor Barnard. And now he's basically edged Travis Zanuto back into the path of Thompson. Now Thompson's going to try. Travis Zanuto cuts across. Nicolas Bertolini, but Thompson goes for it anyway. He gets through on Travis Zanuto. Lovely sweep from Thompson. That was a really good bit of racecraft, and Travis Zanuto won't be happy about that one at all. Bertolatti has got the new fastest lap. He's now joined the fray, and in there behind Bertolatti, you've also got Lewis Gilbert. He's lining up for a challenge as well, and the Scotsman there in 10th position is going to charge very hard indeed with these guys right in front of him. Is there going to be a move from Barnard? Yes, there is on Valtonen. He gets through and picks up another place. That puts him into 5th position. Barnard has not given up on this fight at all. He senses he could get at least the podium. You never know what can happen in the laps to come. There could even be a victory on the horizon. But only Dean McDonald, having a really tough time with Danny Curl in the latter stages, is going to set that one up at the moment.
Definitely a two-speed race for Juho Valtanen, who just dropped down the order as he was fighting for a potential victory in the early stages of this race. Now he's down to 6th under the pressure of Harry Thompson, and behind as well we have Nicolas Pitirati down in 8th in front of Luis Galbert, and Travis Zanuto down in 10th position. That's for the top 10 as we speak. We're halfway through this final of the pro category when we haven't seen nothing yet. Still 1.2 seconds between Dean McDonald and Danny Curl. The British driver has been able really to pull out on a great and impressive gap on Danny Curl to prevent himself from any return from his rivals. Still a long way to go from a checkered flag. At the moment, the battle on the screen is between Franck Chapard and Telo Barnard, the young British driver, really on the charge. He's going to try to get rid of the Frenchman. Yes, he does in the corner 12 after the back straight, and Chapard doesn't have much to do. He's gonna try to go for the switch back, but Barnard is making his way up to 4th position. So a good recovery race for Telo Barnard as he was starting from 11th place on the grid.
Thompson's going to make the move on the inside of Valtonen, and that's going to be a sweet pass. There might be enough room for Bertolatti to pass his countryman as well. Valtonen squeezed, and Gilbert's going to come around the outside. Gilbert's made the move on Travis Zanuto now as well. So Gilbert comes through, but the door's left open thanks to Valtonen blocking Gilbert for Travis Zanuto to repass the Scotsman. I was about to say that Taylor Barnard is driving an absolutely exceptional race here in 4th position, chasing down Callum Bradshaw. He has still got a good chance of this. A lot of people said, you know, after the World Championships that Taylor Barnard could well have won that title if there had been one more lap, because he was gaining on Travis Zanuto at Alahoma, and he was really struggling for grip, the Italian. So Barnard could have won had he had one more lap. He wants to win this one. He gets up the inside of Bradshaw in a 3rd position. Barnard is just picking them off one by one. Valtonen's had an off, and it looks like Gilbert has as well. Valtonen and Gilbert, they got into an incident, and Valtonen and Gilbert are now in trouble. Valtonen's got going again, but it looks like Gilbert is out of the race. That is such a shame. Oh, how close it's come for those two. They've both given as good as they've got. Valtonen is down to 14th. Gilbert is out of the race. I don't know whether they hit each other or if they've both gone off at the same time in separate incidents, but unfortunately, it's game over for those guys. And now, Lewis Gilbert joins Luan Fernandez, Luca Vonken, Morgan Porter, and Arno Milizia on the sidelines.
And there's a bit of a change over there with Louis Westover, I think, getting past Calisi is just in front of him. This was a battle for 9th position as Westover is trying to make up some of the positions inside the top 10 on the second part of the top 10. But now, back at the front, Danny Curl is up for grab for Telo Barnard. This is a battle of the Brits going on. This is a battle for 2nd place as for now, because looking at the gap between Danny Curl and the leader Dean McDonald, that's all. And then he goes for the move, beautifully made by Telo Barnard, who dives right in the inside of the 1st corner. Danny Curl is going to try to go for the switch back into 2nd, and there's he gestures actually. Telo Barnard tells him, all right, work together, stay with me, let's make it happen, let's give it a pace. And actually Dean McDonald is up for grab. There's just 1.6 seconds and we have still plenty of time.
The young pretender just knocked the king off the crown and showed him how to go racing. That is a brilliant, audacious from Taylor Barnard. He overtakes the 2017 world champion and says, come on mate, work with me, let's get up to the guy out front. That is absolutely brilliant from Taylor Barnard, coming of age here in the Pro X30 final of the IAME International Finals 2019. This guy's got bags of ego now in the car. He's got a confident stance. He is absolutely authoritarian out there as he now charges after Dean McDonald. He gets another new fastest lap, 0.2 of a second quicker than Dean McDonald. If anybody's going to snatch this off the Scotsman up front, it's Taylor Barnard. Go boy, go get him.
Yeah, the young British driver wearing the Rosberg Racing colours, and British is indeed, because he's driving with the Italian license, Italian flag, but is very well British, as has been showing over the past few years in other series as well. Further back in the field, the 609 on your screen, this is Callum Bradshaw on a good battle with Frank Chapard. This is a battle for 4th place as we speak, between Fusion Motorsport and the VDK Racing driver. Frank Chapard, who's been right on top of the mix for most of the event, is going to try to go for a top 4 finish in this race, as we are less than 7 laps down from the checkered flag, and the battle is still raging between Taylor Barnard and Danny Kiel. Kiel, who's conceded a bit of ground, as it seems, in this previous lap. And look at us coming back, actually, further back on the picture. This is actually Lorenzo Trevisanuto making ground on Frank Chapard. Is going to try to go for the move. The Italian driver over there battling for 5th. Chapard is losing momentum, unfortunately, on Callum Bradshaw just in front. And Trevisanuto knows it. Then he goes for the move into the second sector. Well done. There was smooth and easy from Trevisanuto. Chapard not able to resist much to the 2-times world champion, who moves up a position to 5th place.
There are a few other drivers on the move through the field as well. Obviously, Philippos Kalisis is having a great run, the Greek, in 7th position as he continues to charge his way forward. And now in front of Thompson, Bertolatti and Westover. Very impressive stuff. In 11th place, Matilda Olsen is threatening to become the ladies title winner as she continues her rise through the field. The further and further up the field she goes, the more likely she is to become the lady winner in the IAME International Finals. She can get top 10. She's definitely a candidate for it. None of the other females before her have hit the top 10 yet, so there's definitely a strong chance. Trevisanuto all over the back of Callum Bradshaw as they fight for 4th position. Up 14 places from 26th on the grid is Dana Popax-Tumnu. He's come up to 12th place. Then we've got Pescador up 3. Goethe is up 5. Andres Herber is up 14 from the back of the grid, dead last to 15th. And then Renaud Gasperman Bray has had a great run. He's come up from 28th to 16th. So some really good charges from the back of the grid from several drivers in the field. Sadly, Juho Valtonen's star has definitely waned. He's down to 22nd place, and he's merely hanging on by a thread. The only driver now behind him is Harry Barlow, and he is trying desperately to go for him. Meanwhile, Trevisanuto is going to make the move up the inside of Bradshaw. Lovely switchback there from Trevisanuto. On point. Lovely move. And he's up into 4th place.
Yeah, Bradshaw staying just in his shadow. And he's going to try to fight back as well to gain his position back as much as he can. But the clock is ticking. There's not much time. Looking over his shoulder to see where the rest is. And Bradshaw is on his own to fight like Trevisanuto. This is a battle for potential 4th place finish, as the podium seems to be a bit farther of reach. Danny Kiel is up in 3rd, and look at the time of Taylor Barnard, the fastest on the track, 53.4. Is actually 0.3 of a second faster than Dean McDonald up front. Less than a second between those two. Less than 4 laps to go before a checkered flag. This is going to be close, but Taylor Barnard is going to give everything he has in himself and in his material to try to get back to Dean McDonald, increase the pressure, and who knows what might happen actually in those last laps before a checkered flag.
Every Taylor Barnard fan has chewed through every single nail on their hand. This is so tight. He is still pushing hard. Taylor Barnard trying to catch up to Dean McDonald. He's taken another couple of tenths out of Dean McDonald's lead. The gap down to 0.6 of a second now. So Dean McDonald is going as fast as he possibly can, but there is an absolutely rapid car behind him. Taylor Barnard pushing like stink. He feels he can get this now. He knows he's got a great chance. He's been working so hard. Let's not forget, he had a horrific qualifying session, Taylor Barnard. He had to start every one of his heats from 19th place. That's just stoked the fire in his belly. That's just fired him up. He's felt, right, if I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to do this the hard way. He's fought his way through. He's passed world champions, some of the best drivers in X30. He doesn't even do X30 most of the time. He's been an OK junior and then an OK senior in the last 18 months. He's come back to this. He's proved his worth. Now he's going to go head to head with Dean McDonald. Look, he's caught him up. He's right on him now.
Yeah, the difference of pace is quite significant, as Dean McDonald has really dropped into pace. And look at the gap down to 0.2 of a second. And Taylor Barnard might want to go for the move. This is the penultimate lap of this final in the pro category. This is going to be magnificent. Those 2 laps are going to be on the high pressure for Dean McDonald. Where can actually Barnard go? Where can he actually choose to make his move? Once again, confirmation of him being the fastest in this race. Will it be into the chicane? Will it be into the banking? Not quite yet. Or in the back end straight, actually, as he can make his way through the corner number 12 before the chicane. There's not much time left for the young Brit to make his move and maybe grab this victory that he wants so forth. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen actually. But Dean McDonald is watching. Where is Barnard? Just behind you, mate. This is gonna be very hard indeed. But they're just two on their own planet in the lead. As Danny Kiel might want to stay actually in third place with a bit of a gap on the rest of the field. Last lap.
Here we go. Taylor Barnard's going to try and swing right round the outside of Dean McDonald. He hasn't quite got the traction on the outside line, but Dean McDonald's going to try and hang on to this one. Taylor Barnard's going to get alongside. He switches lines. He's trying to keep Dean McDonald guessing. Where am I going to go? Now he's going to get a slingshot on the inside, is he? No, Dean McDonald moves across. So they come into the S's in the second sector. Taylor Barnard trying every trick in the book to try and slingshot up the inside of Dean McDonald. They come through the S's, left, right, over the curbs, up towards the hairpin. They will come now through the banking. There's not going to be an overtaking move here. So McDonald has got to try and blend the kart out. Traction off the turn, back down the back straight. This is the opportunity. Taylor Barnard knows it. McDonald was on the curb. He's got a little bit twitchy. There's been an incident further back, but we've got to focus on this. Taylor Barnard will want to try and get the switch. Can he get there? No, McDonald holds the inside line. Taylor Barnard comes through. Is he going to get the chance out of the final turn? It's going to be a run to the line. Dean McDonald has won it. Barnard in second. What a fight back. But Dean McDonald hangs on for the international final. Pro X30 title. What a race. What a battle. And with world champions, some amazing competitors on the field, and the kings of X30 around him, Dean McDonald brings it home for Strawberry Racing, and he's absolutely conquered this weekend. He was off on the circuit in the first heat. He spun it away. It looked like the dream was dead. No, not if you're Dean McDonald.
And he can punch in the air with rage. This is a well-deserved victory after such a fantastic run from Dean McDonald. What a race, what a shot to victory for him. Dean McDonald with the Strawberry Racing team, and he can raise those colors, raise his fist right up in the air for what has been a fantastic performance. It's just 62 thousandths of a second advantage on Taylor Barnard, almost at the photo finish between those two, as Barnard was unable just to go for that one last move into the last few corners of the laps. Beautiful between those two, as there were ages before Danny Curl, who's bringing home a fantastic third place performance for the former world champion. He was vice champion of the IAME International Final last year. He's down to third. Another podium for Danny Curl.
And through all of that, we completely missed Harry Thompson retiring from the race. He's out of it. So he retired, as unfortunately did Renaud Gaspar-Membré. So two retirements to add to the list there. Dean McDonald, your race winner from Taylor Barnard. Danny Curl in third position from Lorenzo Travasanuto in fourth, and Callum Bradshaw in fifth place. Then Philippos Galicis from Nicholas Bertolatti in eighth place. A hot candidate now to become the ladies' title winner. Matilda Olsen is eighth from Louis Westover and Frank Chapard. Then Thanapongpak Satumnu way up to 11th. Great comeback from Jorge Pescador and Oliver Gutta. Then Andrea Seber and Clement Pierrat from Franco Crivelli and Angus Morsdale. Juho Valtonen is 18th in the end from Ignacio Montenegro and Isidoro Vizarro from Harry Barlow and Julius Lassen. And then the retirements, of course, as we mentioned, are Renaud Gaspar-Membré, Harry Thompson after such an effort leading early on, Lewis Gilbert after fighting his way to the top 10, Luan Fernandez, Luca Vonken, Morgan Porter, who had so much promise and started from the front row, and Arnaud Melizia. What a battle it's been in Pro.